Hello everyone. Hello. Hey, I'm seeing people joining now. Hey, my name is James. If you don't know me, Christy is also here. I will bring her to the live in about 4 minutes. So just gonna get started. Yeah, so feel free to say hello in the chat and let us know who you are, where you're from, and just say hello to each other, right? So we got here Mercy. Hey, Mercy, long time no see. Um, I'm seeing Carissa, Dale. Hey, Dale. Hello. Ether, Linda. Hey, Linda. Lynette. Michelle. Michelle. Three Michelle. All right. Pray. Shelly. Hello, Shelly. Vicky. Hello, Vicky. Yeah. Hello, everyone. Yeah. Feel free to use the chat. It's Dale from Colorado. Hey, Dale. Uh, Clarissa, good morning from South Africa. Hello. Michelle from Canada. Hello. Dale. Yep. Yes, feel free to use the chat. And so Christina remind you guys again. So you want to click on the dropout, like right above where you type the text, right? You chat. There's a drop down. You want to change it to everyone, so everyone can see you, not just to the host or the panelist. Okay. Good. Yeah, another Michelle from Texas. Michelle from Texas. Hello. Shelly, hey, long time no see. From Canada. Hello, guys. Yeah, I'm very excited to have you guys here. This is our last tech workshop. We had this series of workshop about technologies once a week on Thursday same time. If you guys missed the first two, I'm gonna send you all the recordings later today or tomorrow with the email. So if you don't receive the email for some reason, don't hesitate to reach out, okay? Just reply to any of our emails and just say, hey, I want to receive the recordings from the tech workshop, and then we're gonna send it to you, okay? All the recordings. Yep. So I want to know how many of you joined all three of these workshops? Okay, maybe let's do this. Type the number, how many sessions you've joined so far, including this one, right? Everyone should already have one. If you also joined the first two, that will be three. How many sessions you guys did, right? Clarissa, two, and hey, Veronica, hello. Two, Shelly third. Okay, great. Four. Michelle, how come you have four? Gail three. Livalda two. Vicky one. Okay, and it's three. Oh, a lot of threes actually. Yeah, for those of you missed the first two, unless you don't feel like you need them, right? We're gonna send you recordings after later today or tomorrow, and all the other ones who join all three of them, yeah, thumbs up. That's the commitment. I hope you have already learned a lot from Christy. I'm learning a lot from Christy myself. There are always new things you can learn, right? And I think the whole point of having these sessions, having this training about tech is just take advantage of technology. Technology here is not to scare off, is not give us more work. It's actually here to save time, to build automations, right? Make things easier so we can have more time for your business, for teaching, for whatever you need to do, right? The technology, we need to definitely stay up to the technologies. Right, there are more people joining. Yes, so we haven't started yet. Here just try to get things going. If anyone hasn't introduced yourself, please do that. Introduce yourself in the chat. I just asked a question, how many these tech workshop this month you have joined. So we have three, including this one. Including this one, we have three in total, right? How many of these sessions you've joined? If you haven't answered that question, please do. Linda, three. Hi, Linda. Hello, Linda. Hello, John, as well. I guess John is watching too, right? Nika, Veronica, can we have lifetime access to these recordings? I guess theoretically, no, because lifetime is kind of long, right? But we have these recordings, we upload them on YouTube, so we don't have intention to remove them. But I don't think you need it for lifetime access. No, watch the training, do what you need, right? Don't feel like, oh, I can always watch it in the future, then probably no, you might not have time to watch them. No, he's working in the, yeah, it's great. So ask him to watch the recording, okay? Uh, Sylvie opt out. Okay, yeah. So yeah, let's wait for another just minute, maybe 1 minute. Let's see if more people are gonna join us. Yeah, so welcome everyone to this workshop. Okay, very much glad that you guys are here. So the tech session, and we had this is the third session, and today is about Canva, how to use Canva to create slides. We had another 2 sessions about Google products, how to use Google Drive to organize, how to use Google Sheets, Google Docs. So that was last week. If you missed any of the sessions, we're gonna send you the recording. And today we're gonna start with we're gonna work on the Canva, okay? And anyone hasn't introduced yourself, please do that, right? Now I will just invite Christy to the stream. Yeah, so for those of you who don't know Christy, let me just add spotlight. So Christy has been working as our tech expert at Ball Strategy for the past, I think, almost 2 years. We had a really good collaboration together. And Christy was a teacher herself, and then she really fell in love with technology, which is unusual, by the way. I think a lot of teachers and they just don't have a lot of fun with the technology. I'm glad that Steffi is here, Christy is here to help us. And one thing I found about Christy I want to highlight here is for those of you who actually worked with Christy before or took her training before, you can agree with me. So Christy has really good way of explaining technology. So in a way people can understand. So I'm really bad at that. So whenever I record training about technology, and my clients just say, hey, no, you lost me. So I think I wouldn't take that for granted. I really appreciate Christy. So any of you guys here feel like Christy is really good at explaining technology, a thumb up or yes. I want to see if you guys agree with me. Really don't take that as granted. That's a talent I don't have, at least, explaining things in a way people can really understand, right? Type yes if you agree with me. All right, I see some yeses here. Christy, yeah, thanks very much for hosting the third one. I know it's like a marathon, like once a week, and between the sessions, you have worked really hard preparing the slides and getting things ready on top of everything else you're doing. So thank you very much for that. I'll just turn it to you, and I'll be back, guys. Enjoy the session. And by the way, one more thing before I forget. If you have joined the tech session, the workshop in the past 2 weeks, we mentioned this tech bundle. So if you are interested in this, you are considering the tech bundle, please stay to the end. Today is the last day to get a 75% off of the tech bundle. So we're gonna give you more details at the end of the session. That's it. Enjoy the session and thank you very much for being here. All yours now, Christy.
Thanks, everyone. Thanks, James, for the intro. I appreciate that. I'm usually the one hosting, so it was nice to have someone introduce me. I'm so glad to see all of you here. I know a lot of you were here right from the beginning. I'm going to share my slides because that's just how I roll. So we hear about designing impact, crafting, engaging slides with Canva, and James did a great job of introducing everyone. And I'd love to know, I've been looking in the chat, and if you haven't already told us where you're from in the world. So what I did the last 2 sessions is I counted up the countries, and we had, I think, over 30 countries from all around the world. It was really awesome to know where you're all coming to us live from. And then also remember that I want everyone to be able to see your comments and your questions so everyone can learn from them. So feel free to go down into the chat, and James did mention it also, just click that little drop down box and make sure it says everyone, so everyone can see your messages. That would be really great. Appreciate all of you being here. So excited. This is my favorite session. So what we'll be covering today is all about Canva, brainstorming in Google Docs, which we talked about Google Docs a bit more last week. I'm going to talk to you about Canva, a little bit about branding as well, a little bit of more support for those who need it, which James did allude to. And then, of course, question and answers. We're here today to answer all of your questions, as many as we can get done in the time that we have designed, put aside for. Who is this designed for? So teachers, online teachers, school teachers. If you're a teacher, you're teaching someone something. Bowie Strategy is all about teachers. So that's who we're here to serve today. But I want to make sure you have some fun. And I had this slide, I've updated it a little bit. Tips and tricks. Designing can be easy if you know a few tips and tricks. So hopefully you'll be here learning some new things that you didn't know today to make designing fun. When I first learned about Canva, I was really intimidated by it. I actually started out with Canva on my phone, just doing like little graphics for social media. This is like 4 years ago, maybe now. So when I then decided, okay, I kind of need to learn how to use this on the computer. And to me, that was scary, just transitioning from phone to the computer. But now I do either or. I start it on my phone and finish it over here on my computer, or vice versa. So it's really versatile and can be a great way to do things. So a few tips and tricks you'll learn from me here today. I'm really excited to share those with you. But coming back to my original thought way back in our first session, we're here to help you save time, to get more done in less time, so you can go and do more important things or more fun things, such as spending time with family, friends, traveling, in nature, whatever it is for you. So if you weren't here for those last two, let me know, what would you like to do with your spare time if you had some more time this week learning how to do things faster? That is something that I would love to know. I'm more of a beach person. I just live down the road from the beach, and you can see this little seagull here. This one's actually my photo. This one here is my photo when I was spending time in the North Carolina mountains. That was fun too. So I'd love to know where you would love to be when you have spare time. So hi, if we haven't met before, I'm Christy. I'm an Aussie mum from Brisbane, Australia, digital nomad. I'm home-based here in Florida. That's where I'm coming to you from today. As James said, I love technology, and not everybody does. So if you don't love technology, leave that to me. Let me simplify for you and hopefully make it a little bit less intimidating and more fun. I've been in business for over 25 years, and my parents originally taught me about entrepreneurship. So that's where I found my first love of online business. Well, not online. It wasn't online back then, way back in the day. So this is my son. He's now 17, but mum life got me ready for online teaching to kids. That's how I first started online, being on camera, learning how to be engaging. There's me with my little hearts that I would show the little kids in our classes. And that's where I got started with online anything, actually, in 2017. Mum life definitely got me ready for that. I met James a few years ago now in 2021, and the training I did with James really helped me learn more about online business and how to get things ready there. So my love of technology won out over teaching English online. I decided to put English aside, and technology is my fun place to be. So I did start working with the Bowie team in January 2022 as a tech expert, and I just love breaking down complex tech things into something more that you can easily understand. So for those who don't know, I live in a fifth wheel trailer. This is our home on wheels, 6 wheels we can travel on, and 6 wheels on our truck too, actually. But most of the time we're home based here in Florida. So I just wanted to let you know that you can travel and teach. You can be online as long as you have internet. This is usually, if I'm inside the trailer, I'm teaching from this window. Some of my YouTube videos you'll see, I used to sit in our back room. This is actually a back door that can open up, and you can drive up a car in there. So this is a lovely spacious office in there. Today I'm coming to you from a little different area outside my home. But if you are looking for anything that I talk about today, I will maybe refer to my YouTube videos or things like that. if you just Google Teacher Christie, I've been online for a while now, so even if you type in Teacher Christie, it looks like that was one of the search things that came up, how to make your own virtual background. That's one of my YouTube videos. Do that for free on Canva. So let's get started. There's a lot of things I want to show you today. James already asked this question, so I'm so thankful for those who came to previous sessions. He may have asked which one was your favorite. I talked about Google Drive the first week. Last week was kind of how we can integrate Google Docs and Sheets in Calendar all together. And today is more about creating slides or a slide deck or a presentation. And then that's something that you'll be presenting online. That is my favorite thing that I want to share with you today. Looking over here in the chats, and James is taken care of there in the chats too. So today is definitely my favorite. Today's spotlight is all about Canva. So who's ready to save time, learn some new things? Type yes in the chat. I'm going to have one more quick look at the chats over here and just checking we're recording, correct? James? Yeah, yep, we are. Yep, so we are recording. I don't know why someone put in there. So yes, we are recording. Great. You'll get the replay later on today for those who were wondering. Okay, so let's get moving. I'm going to stop sharing this one here. I'm going to share my other one that I've got ready for you. Let me bring that up over here. And I've got a little list that I'm going to get ready to share with you. Now, I am going to present in a free Canva account to start with, but if there's anything you'd like me to show you on the paid version, I can definitely do that as well. So here is Canva. Who's already using Canva? Type C for Canva in the chat. If you're already a Canva user and you're excited to learn more things today, or maybe a B for a beginner, or an N for a newbie. If you're new to Canva and you're like, what is this thing all about? So today, there are many things that you could do in Canva. And I would spend a week sitting here and eating my lunch in between if I could, but we don't have that much time today. So I'm just going to focus on one thing today. And a lot of online teachers, teachers in general who might be teaching at schools, anyone who wants to give an online presentation, like on a screen, we'll say that, an on-screen presentation, then that's what I wanted to share with you today. Like I said, I'm going to start with the free version, but if there's anything else I can show you, I'll switch to a different screen and look forward to helping you there. And remember to change your drop-down menu to all, so we can all, or everyone, so we can share your questions and answers. That will be fun. So when you first log into Canva, canva.com, and this is the home screen. Now you can use this handy dandy search bar to literally give Canva a few words, maybe 5+, as much information as you can to get it giving you some ideas on what you can do to create something. Now, what I'm going to do is to start by showing you what I call docs to decks. Now, there's a few different ways. You can start a presentation by hovering your mouse, creating a blank. Nobody wants to start from a blank, right? Unless you have all of it mapped out in your head and you're really good with design. That's not me. You can use this search bar to browse for templates. We might have a quick look at that one. And again, like I said, the search bar here says use 5+ words to describe your design, and it will give you some ideas on how you can get started. So this will give you a little bit of a starting place if that's something you wanted to have a look at. You can even drill down on the left or up the top here. You can use filters, and we might say, I want to do something to do with education. Maybe you want to teach a specific subject. Let's say we've got English here. That's just the first one that happened to pop up. There's a cute little AI bot there. So you can use the templates to have a starting place, and then you can fill in your information from there. Some of them will come with like multiple pages ready to go. Just know that if you're on the free version, anything with the little Canva crown, that will either cost you money, or if you're in the pro version, you can use anything. So I will use as much as possible the free version today to help you know what you can do, but just know that you'll have a lot more capabilities if you're using the paid version. A lot more time saving. So I'm going to go back to the home area here. And what I want to show you is here where it says docs. I don't mean this one here. I want you to click on this docs if you're coming back later to watch the replay. And then you'll find this one that says docs to decks. Now, this is a great way to be able to, it explains it to you here. I left this message so you could see it again, to convert your content or your words in the document, and it will automatically place those into slide decks for you. So this is new. I'm going to leave that message there in case I want to see it again for showing purposes, but I'm going to click Get Started. Now, it gives you a little bit of a way to get started here. So welcome to Docs to Decks. You can use headings to create a new slide. Then you can add your text. And the way you would make something into a heading, if I just go down here, heading test. Oh, it helps if you can spell. So you would highlight the text and click this little plus button, and it gives you the options here. If you scroll down, and you'll see one here that says heading. Right, so that became, you'll see it kind of made that larger. That will create a new slide. So I can say, new slide here, please. So it will create a new slide there for me. I'm just typing that text so you can see. Now, if you were here in my previous sessions, remember I always talk about saving time with keyboard shortcuts. So let's see that again. We're going to say heading, test 2. And when we click that plus button, I've highlighted the words. And if you scroll down, you can actually see the keyboard shortcuts. Now, I'm on a Windows computer. I'm currently using Chrome. But if you were, you can see there it says Control Alt 1. Now, if you're on a Mac, please let me know if this works for you. I don't have a Mac myself, but usually anything Control on a Mac would be the Command button. So you can give that a try. But on your computer, if you're on a Mac, it'll probably show you the keyboard shortcut right there while you're on your computer. So I can use my keyboard shortcuts there and do Control Alt 1. Sorry, I'll get out of that little heading there. Control Alt 1. And it created that heading straight away for me. So just to let you know, new slide to text. So just to quickly demonstrate how quickly this one works, what we're going to do, I'm going to move my video. You'll see in the top right-hand corner, I'm just, hopefully my video isn't hiding this. What we might do, I'm just going to make this a little bit smaller for a minute. Hopefully it's not cutting it off for you, but there's a little button in the top right that says Convert to Presentation. Again, I'm on the free version here, so you still have access to that. So let's see what happens when I press the Convert button to give you an idea. So again, it always shows you this is currently in beta, but they're doing a great job. I use this all the time. Now, it gives you some different types of presentations. Currently, we can see I only have 3 slides in this presentation, but just for demonstration purposes, this first one is highlighted with the lovely purple Canva color. And we can see over here, it says, I'll make that a little bit bigger. It's given us the 3 slide decks that I put in that document. So we had heading test, that was the new slide, heading test 2. And it's kind of given us these funky, chunky colors. It's a mouthful for you. But it gives you some other options of when you click on this left-hand column, it gives you different choices of how you'd like it to be laid out. This one here, sometimes I like it because it has those linear lines. And across the bottom, it has kind of colors. You can change any of the colors. Let's use this one for the purposes of the presentation. And then we click Create My Presentation. So it's going to open up for us. Okay, I'll wait for that to load. And then on the left, it actually popped open the colors, which allows you to make changes to the colors. If you ever want to just hide that left control bar, you can just hover your mouse and see this teeny tiny little arrow and click hide if we just wanted to look at the slides for the moment. And you'll see when we scroll down, that's just given us those the headings that I typed in the document. So literally, if we click back to that document that we started, I still have the text over here, but now that I've converted it to presentation mode, any changes I make in here will not be over here, and vice versa. Changes over here, I'd need to create an entirely new slide deck. Just wanted to point that out. So from over here, just to show you quickly how you can change the colors. So we can click anywhere we see a color, and this one is actually a background color. So we can click on the color box in the top left-hand corner where it says background color. When you hover your mouse, it usually tells you what it's doing. So we're going to click that. Now, again, this is the free version. If you have the paid version, you may have your brand colors here, which you can preload, and you always have those quickly and easily to access. So let's say I want some, let's say I want to look at some sunshine. I'm going to click on yellow, and you'll notice in the bottom left-hand corner, it will give us this purple button that says, do you want to change all of that green that we just saw to this yellow everywhere across the whole design? If yes, then click that purple button, change all. But if you didn't want to, you could just continue working on this slide. I'm going to click that just to demonstrate for you. It says there, color changed across all pages. And I love to look at the grid view. In the bottom right-hand corner, you'll see the 4 boxes that says grid view. And I like to see this like overview. It's like a bird's eye view of as many slides as can fit on this one page. So obviously right now with that yellow background, it looks awful with that green. It just does not go. And this text now doesn't suit. So let's make some changes. We can double click to go directly to one of the slides, or we can just click that grid view button again to toggle in and out of that view. So we could choose to click on one area, which is called an element, to make changes individually. But we can use this cute little thing on the left where it's given us some combinations and some color palettes, which will help us create changes quickly across an entire design. So I'm going to give this a try. Let's say I like these colors here and I want that to be kind of like my predetermined branding colors. So I'm going to click on that, and it's going to say we can shuffle through. I don't like that blue background. I'm going to press the shuffle button when you hover your mouse. Shuffle. That's too dark. I don't like that either. Yeah, it's a bit dark. I kind of wanted that one. Yeah, this one here. I like this one. So I might say, I kind of like the look of this one. So I'm going to apply to all pages. In this case, I only want this one. So I'm going to scroll down to the next one, and I'm going to make sure I'm in this design here, this page of the design, which I know because it has the purple outline. And I'm going to use that same color palette, but I'm going to say I want something different. Maybe I do want that light blue this time, but I just want it on this one, on this page only. And then I'm going to slide all the way up. I have a scroll wheel mouse, so I can just scroll up, or you can use your navigation bar on the right-hand side. And I want to make my title page a little bit different in colors. This green is just really ugly with the rest of the colors that are here. So I might say, I'm going to change just this color. I really do want that other color that was there. So I'm going to go back to that color there, and maybe I want to find one that has like, it was that dark green. You can just keep clicking on that shuffle button to see. I kind of wanted that one. See how we've got this green here? So I don't want green in the background. I want that green to be down here. So I'm going to click this square to say I just want to change this square. I'm going to go back up to this color button here. And this is, I want this color, this nice green color. Green is one of my favorites. Can you tell? If you watch me on social media, you'll see green is highlighted quite a lot. But now I don't obviously want it to be the same color as this one. So I'm just going to click maybe this. I'm going to have a bold color to start with on my title page. And now I'm thinking, well, this text is too white. I don't like that at all. So I'm going to click on the text and you can change anything you like here. I'm just going to hide this control bar on the left for a minute to show you 3 different things you can do here. I've highlighted just this text box. I'm not editing the text itself. I'm just changing everything that's in that text box as a whole. So in the top left, I can click the font area and I can change the font. Maybe I want to change it to this one. No, that's too big. Let's use this one. Okay. Could change that through the whole design if I wanted to. I'm not going to right now. The other thing I wanted to show you is you can change the size. So I'm still working on this one text box. So I can change the sizing by using the up arrows, the down arrow, or I can click there and actually type in the number I want. So maybe I want it to be, I want it to be 76 and press enter. Another way we can make changes to this text box is to change the color of the text. So I can click on this color box and I can choose either something that I've used in the past, something in the default colors, and if you had your branding, you could change it there. I'm going to be bold and use black. So this is kind of demonstrating just how you can make changes to something that's already there in a slide deck presentation. Let me know if this is helping so far, or if you have any questions. Remember to type your questions in the chat as we go, and either I can come back to them later, or if I see it pop up as we go, I might be able to check on that while we're here together. So I'm so happy to share all of this info with you. So what we're going to do is the next thing I wanted to show you was how to quickly make changes to a group. So if we click on this text box here, you'll see that we have the corners. When we move our arrows, we can see it's got the resize arrows that can expand or contract. But then on the sides, we have these ones that can go left and right. So we've highlighted this whole area and let's grab the bottom right-hand circle and we're going to drag that to be larger. But I want to make this top line to kind of go across to wrap the text into the next line. So I'm going to use that side resizing slider and see how I'm pulling that along, and it'll just keep everything in that box, but move it to the next line, just to show you how you can quickly and easily resize those as well. I hope this is helping so far. We'll come back to the magic right option. Great question. Thank you for asking. I love it. Okay, so I'm going to come back over here. All right, so that just gives you a quick idea of how you can create something quickly. Now, if you were with me last week, we looked at Google Docs. And what I love to do, here's a little tip of how I create things. I literally grab my phone and I will start a Google Doc on my phone, and I will voice to text if you have that option on your phone. So I click the microphone button and I talk what I want to say in my presentation. I just think out my ideas out loud and talk into my phone as it's typing into my Google Doc. And then what I do is I would open my Google Doc on my computer. So you would need to have Google Docs on your phone, or if you just have a notes app, you could then copy and paste the text onto a Google Doc. Then what I do is I edit my notes from there on the computer. And if I wanted to, I could come and use this same feature, the Docs to Decks, to be able to create. But what I want to do now is, let's just go here, test Docs to Decks, and this was workshop 3. What I will say is a little tip from me and others who save things online. It helps you find something later. If you literally name the words keywords that you'll be looking for later. So little tip there for anything you save online, whether it's in Canva or Google, anywhere. If you save it something that later on, like I'll be like, oh, what was that thing I did in workshop 3? All I need to do is type workshop 3 and I'll be able to easily find this. So I'm going to, I'll leave that. No, I'll just close it. That's fine. And then this is our design. What I want to do now is, let's say workshop 3 there. Okay, so helps if you can spell. Okay, who else gets nervous when presenting online, and you always make mistakes because people are watching. So I'm going to close that one as well, and I'm going to come back to the home page, which in this case, if we just press home or you press the refresh button, that'll bring you back to the home page in Canva. Oh, kia ora, Julian, great to see you again back from New Zealand. I'm guessing it's early for you, so thank you again for joining us from New Zealand. I lived in New Zealand for 2 years. Who else is here from New Zealand? Or maybe you're from New Zealand, but you live somewhere else in the world. So a few more things that I'm going to be showing you today. I'm going to get my notes ready over on a different area of the screen, just so you know. You can choose what you share with people on screen rather than hiding things or showing things to people that you didn't really want them to see, like my notes on the side here. So I've shown you how I brainstorm in Google Docs, and then I can bring those over to Canva. And what I want to show you next is, oh yeah, my little trick about design colors or branding. So this, for those who use, type free in the chat if you're using the free Canva version, or type pro if you're using pro. That is something I would like to know. And I can just highlight some different ideas of ways you can use that. So looking over, I've got my iPad over here on the side to see different, okay, great. Okay, lots of free users here and some pro as well. So that is good to know. Thank you for letting me know in the chat. That's really helpful. So what I want to do is say I have, let's do this. Say I have, we can go back to that one I just created, which is this one here. Say I am using the free version, but I always want to refer back to my branding colors, but I don't have access to that brand kit in the free version. This is a little hack you can do. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use a photo from Canva just as an idea. But if you upload your own image of sorts that has your branding colors in it, whether that's your logo or some type of image that has all of your branding colors in it, I'm going to show you a trick. So let's use this one, for example. I'm just going to click and I'm going to put this image in my design. And let's say I'm actually going to put that down the end. I'm going to create a new, I'm just going to put it here. Now we can see that this photo or image, it has quite a few different colors in it. So if we were to click the background here on this empty page and click the color area, you'll notice on the left there, it says photo colors. So it has grabbed the colors from this photo. So you can see that if you uploaded your own design here, your own image with your colors, you could quickly and easily access them. But how stay there in the future? So it does remember document colors that you've used in the past. So say I wanted to use yellow. No, thanks. I want this one, this one. So I'm just changing through those colors. And if I do a refresh now, it'll remember those colors that I've used in our color area. So see, it's come back to some of those colors that I've chosen. But say you want to keep that in there all the time. So we want to, let's right click and we're going to make this the background image, and I'm going to save just this one page, share, download. I want it to be downloaded as a PNG, and I'm going to just press, I just want this one page. So click on pages and say, no, I just want the current page. So if you have more than you can see on the screen, you don't want to scroll down to page 76, you can just say, I just want this current page that I'm looking at here. I'm going to click done and download. Now it's going to download that for me. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload it in my uploads area. Go to my downloads, and there it is there. There we go. So I can see that it's popped up here. It'll always now be in my uploads area, or you can choose to put that into a folder if you like. You can see I did a test with this photo before. So what that allows me to do now is if I wanted to create a brand new presentation in the future, let's just do that scary sight of a blank page. So scary. And we can click on uploads, and we know that our image is there. So we can just pop that anywhere in our design. Even if we make it teeny tiny and nobody can see it, it still knows that we have that image in the document somewhere. Show you something different, like even if it's on another page and I want the colors for this page, it can see that photo anywhere in this whole design, and then I can just grab those colors easily. Is that something you learned before? Is this helpful? Yeah, so cool, right? So just, I know there's a lot of teachers who are on a tight budget. Maybe at this time you don't have the paid version. This is great for just keeping that one image in there for you that's going to have your own colors, just to quickly and easily grab those. Oh, I'm so glad. Thank you for letting me know that was helpful. Okay, great to hear. Okay, so what we've done now is we've seen how we can grab colors. We can use a little hack there for branding to keep our colors consistent across our designs. We've learned how to use this one here, docs to decks, where you can write, and based on the heading sizes, it'll create those slides for you based on that. So that's helpful as well. And also using templates. If that's easier, you can click here and use plates. So I'm going to use a template here, and I want to show you a couple of things that I use quite often. Let's click on, one thing that I was showing one of my clients this morning who found it really helpful. If you wanted to look through maybe 3 designs look at this one, we've gone, okay, there are currently 24,000 plus templates here to look at. And I'm like, oh, overwhelm, right? Too much to look at. So what you can do is hover your mouse and say, okay, I just want to look at a few. So let's say this is a free one, doesn't have that pro design there. I'm going to hover the mouse and click the star button. Maybe I'll scroll down, and this one here also is a free one. I'm going to click the star button and look at one more. We've got a really funky looking one. Look at this orange groovy. So use the little star, and when I click it, you'll notice this little thing. It pops up. It might go away. You can click the view button, and you can see that's the 3 that I have starred just now. Starred, if you're from America. Try my American accent. If you lose it, you can come back to the home area and go to your projects button, and you'll see over here and I always lose it because I never look at it that way. And here we go. Yes, starred is under your folders area. So that's how you find it. So now I can just look at these 3 side by side and be like, I don't know, maybe I like this one or this one. I'm going to click on this one. So I wanted to show you a couple of things. So say you're using a template, and I'm going to hide. Okay, I'll show you a couple of things on the left. On the left, so this design here has given us, let me move it. So here it tells us we have 17 pages, okay? And we can look at that bird's eye grid view. Say you wanted to look, I want to look at this on the left. You wanted to duplicate, maybe you wanted another one of these slides, but somewhere else in the design. And yes, you could click this duplicate button and then move it to where you want it using the up down arrows, or you can come to the grid view. And I like this one better because you can click and drag to different parts of your design. But what I wanted to show you is, I'm going to close the grid view. And you can say you look at a design and it only gives you one page and you want all of it. So you could then click here and say, I want all 17 pages from this template design, and that will place all of those in there for you. But for example, say we're on, which one should we choose? See this one here, right? I'm just going to do a duplicate too, and I'm going to hide that left menu and say I want to delete those. So just to show you what I did there, I wanted to show you everything I do as I do it. If you click your mouse and click with your left button and drag, you can then highlight what you want to group to do something with it. So in this case, I want to delete it. I want to delete all those elements. So you can either press the little rubbish bin, trash, or you can literally press the delete button on your keyboard. But what I wanted to show you was on this page, say I wanted to rework what this slide looks like. So I always start by doing a duplicate. I'm going to show you a secret. Top left, click design. And if you see all of those pages, click the back arrow and look at this one. There's two things I want to show you. You've got layouts, and this one is beta, where it will rework this slide for you and give you suggestions. So I'm going to say, got it. Yeah, you can still use this on the free version. Awesome. So look at this. It's only given me two. There are a lot of what's called elements on this page. So it's only given me two suggestions. So what I'm going to do is show you what these suggestions were. We can click and say, I really like this one. Look at that. It looks so much better than my, maybe I had started like a boring slide. I just did this morning with one of my slides. I went, it's super boring. I just had like text on there. So I used this feature on the left to give me suggestions on what I could do differently. So let's duplicate this slide again. And I'm going to delete some of the elements so that it's got less to think about. And then let's give it another think on the left. Look at that now. It's given me different ways that I could lay out this slide. Now I just have a heading. I have 3 text boxes with this element of like a little picture that they've used as like a dot point. So if you scroll down, look at all those different ideas. Is that helpful to know that if you're like me and I don't feel like I'm very artsy, I'm more linear. I can draw boxes, and I used to draw house plans with my dad because I loved quad paper and drawing lines. If you're not as design savvy as some people, then this might be a great place for you to go for different ideas. See, look at that one. It just gives me pretty little dot points that, I might find more interesting than what I had created before. Oh, I'm so glad. Yeah, see? Oh, I love it. See, look at that. Even James is getting some new ideas and he's going to ditch PowerPoint. I will get back to PowerPoint later. I better keep on track because I have a few more things I want to show you. So that was one thing I wanted to show you. One more thing, I'm going to create, look at this button here. It says add page. This is just going to be a blank page. And even though we were on this layouts tab, actually what I want to show you is this one here that, oh, okay, I guess it was that one. Yeah. So it gives you, say we have a blank page and look at all of these ideas. It says, okay, what do you want on this page? Is this a title page? Is it a title with a photo? Maybe you're starting an agenda. Click on there and it'll give you a starting point for an entire design. You could be like, okay, I'm up to the point where I share maybe some 3 different dot points, but I want to click that there and you're like, oh, this is great. Now I can just type in my 3 ideas. You can change these colors. I've shown you how to do that. And look at that. Now I've chosen that one. It's even given me some more ideas. So can you see how time saving that layouts button is? How awesome is that? And I'm showing you this on the free version. I'm so excited to share this with you. I'm sorry I explained that fast. I will try to slow down. I get a little bit excited and teach that fast. Remember, you will be getting the replay, so you can watch this back again. Thank you for letting me know. I'm getting a little bit excited. Yes, there will be a replay later on. You'll get an email with the replay, so don't worry about that. You're not missing out. And if you want to come back and watch it again a little bit slower, you can do that. So I hope this has been helpful so far. A couple of things that I want to show you is about, say you're a PowerPoint person and you're like, this looks great. I can create it on Canva, but I don't want to display my slides on Canva. I'm so used to using PowerPoint. Can you show me how to do that? So I'm going to show you a couple of things now. We're on to the point where I wanted to show you how you can download things. It's basically different ways you can present. Okay, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll all the way to the top of this one, and I am going to click the plus button to add a new page, and I'm going to say, I have 3 ways I want to show you how to present. I'm just going to close this slide area. I just want to give a heading for a second, and I'm literally showing you how I create a slide, but then I'm going to teach it to you. So, presenting your slides, okay? I'm going to show you 3 ways. You can present in Canva. I'll show you how to do that. You can present in, do you call it PPT or PowerPoint? So in PowerPoint. And through here, type PPT if you're a PowerPoint person, type C in the chat if you're a Canva presenting person, or the last one I'd like to show you is Google Slides. That's what they call, right? Google Slides. Who's a Google Slides person? You can type an S in the chat. So there's 3 ways I want to show you how you can present these slides. You can still create them here in Canva. Okay, awesome. We've got some PowerPoint, some Google Slides. Awesome. Love it. Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to close that left menu because it's in my way and it's distracting me. Now, in the top, okay, okay. Number 1, Canva. If you're like me, you prefer to present in Canva. I am slow down. All right. I'm going to show you after I drink how you can do that. Now, I've seen some people, and yes, one way to do it is you go present in the top right-hand corner, and then you click present, or maybe you go presenter view, or a little side note, if you ever wanted to create a presentation and record it, do that in Canva too. You can just press this. So you can present this way, but me personally, I like shortcuts and as less clicks as possible. So look in the bottom right-hand corner. You can see I've used that grid view a lot today, but look right next to it, this one here, present full screen. And yes, it does give us our keyboard shortcuts there. I personally just click this because I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. So watch what happens. Click present full screen. There you go. So if you wanted to present in Canva, you can do that. Once your slides are full screen, you can either use your arrows on your keyboard to go to the next or the previous, okay? Or you can use your mouse. You can see here when I hover my mouse and you can see the Canva color, blue dot, or it's kind of aqua. You can click over here to advance to the next slide. This way you can see the little arrow. But if you move it to the left of the screen, you'll see the arrow changes if I needed to go back 1 slide. So there you go. I've shown you number 1. I'm going to press the escape button if you're sharing screen, sharing your slides in Canva and you want to stop. But just so you know, everybody will see your slides and what you're working on. The next part might be, you're like, I'm a PowerPoint person. All right. So we're going to go there. We're going to say download. And there's a couple of different things you can do. You can, and just for, think I mentioned in the first session I did in this series of 3, I downloaded my slides as a PDF, and then I had it in my Google Chrome, and I presented it that way. So that's also a way you can do that. The other way is do this little drop down and you'll see here, it actually gives it to you. You can say, I want to download it as a PowerPoint document. So you can do that. It does tell you animations won't play. If you know how to do animations in PowerPoint, you could do that over there. So you can download it that way. But one other thing I wanted to share with you is, so I'm going to click out of that to show you from the beginning. In the top right, you can click share again. It's basically your starting point for anything you want to download or do. If you scroll down, look at that, there's a More button. So what you can do is click on More and scroll down. If you wanted to connect your Google Drive to Canva, it gives you some more options here. So here we've got that one that we did, the PowerPoint. You can do that from there. You can even save it to your Google Drive. So why would we want to do that? Let's click it. I think, yeah, I did. So we'll just do it here in my top folder. So if you've connected your Google Drive, it will save it for you you can choose the folder you want, or if you don't want to choose a folder and you can move it later, just click choose and it will save it to my Google Drive. How do you want it to save? You can say, I just want it PNG, which is like a picture slide, or you can say, I want it as a PDF or as a PowerPoint. So if we do that, so I know I said I'm going to show it to you in Google Slides. Let's look. We're going to download the PowerPoint to your Google Drive. It's going to prepare my design. And then look at the chat. What is the difference between PNG and JPEG? Great question, Danielle. Thank you. So JPEG would be like a lower quality photo or like a smaller picture. It's easier to share maybe a JPEG on a website if you're loading something on a website because it's like a smaller file, whereas PNG is better for high quality images. I hope that helps. Great. So thank you for that awesome question. So now we can see here, do I want to continue editing here? Do I want to go to my home page or look, it says view in Google Drive. So I'm going to click that because I have my Google Drive connected. And look at this. It's opening. What did it say? Look at that. If you're familiar with Google Slides, you'll know that this icon is Google Slides, but it does say it's downloaded as a PPT. So this is a PowerPoint. So I could still save it as a PowerPoint if I wanted to. But what you can do, and you can do it as a slideshow directly here, but if you wanted to convert it, because you knew there was something you wanted to do that's only available in Google Slides, you can click File, Save as Google Slides. So we can also do that. So that will convert it. And you can then present, you can make edits to it directly here in Google Slides, should you wish. Okay. And there's lots of new things that Google have been uploading lately. So have a read of any of those new things that pop up. What I wanted to show you, something I share with a lot of my clients that you may not know is there in the bottom left-hand corner. Again, grid view is my favorite because I'm really visual. So if you click that, you can also view your Google Slides more in a bird's eye view if you needed to do that. I haven't done it before, but does it let you? Oh, it does. You can drag and drop and move your slides around as well. So that is cool to know. So who's loving this? Different ways that you can download. You're welcome, Roz. Great. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Love to see you. How can you connect your Google Drive to Canva? Just follow the prompts, go to that first place, and when you try to connect Google, yours will look different if it's not yet connected. Just follow the prompts to be able to do that. Excellent. So Janine, great question. Why would you do these things? So specifically what I was thinking of for Google Slides is if you're doing, or you will notice, by the way, you'll notice there that some of the fonts will be different and they may not convert correctly. So you may need to do some changes there. That was one point. So this is the Google Slide version. This is the PowerPoint also. It didn't directly bring that over. You may need to do a few changes. One thing that I was thinking of was if you're teaching in a class that your students will be collaborating with you, like literally you give them access to the slide at the same time as you, Google Slides is a great way to do that. You can also do that in Canva now. That's it for another lesson. But what I really say to clients is find what you're most comfortable with. So if you're comfortable creating it in Canva, but you're not comfortable presenting in Canva, then don't do it. Download it and present it where you feel the most comfortable. I hope that helps. Yes, great question. We will look at some animations in Canva as well. So I just wanted to show you how you can easily do that. And again, this is a PowerPoint, which is in my Google Drive, which if you're going between different devices, like different, maybe you create something at home and then you go to school tomorrow and you want to access that on your school computer and you've got access to your Google Drive in both places, you can do that. Oh, you are so welcome. I'm so glad. So that is great. So yes, let's have a look at a few things. Oh, one thing I want to share with you while I remember it. Say you are presenting in your slides and you get all the way to the end and you're like, it's been so great meeting you. Let's say I'm presenting again, full screen, and you're like, I want to celebrate the fact that you're here. You've stayed till the end and I'm going to press the letter C. Whoa, did you see what just happened? Confetti. So I'm getting a little bit excited and I feel like I'm back to being a kids teacher because I'm feeling really excited that I can share this with you. When you are presenting in Canva, full screen, you can literally just press the letter C on your keyboard and you get Canva. I don't think I shared the sound. I don't think you can hear the sound, but just to let you know that that is awesome. Yeah, that's a really cool one, right? Okay, so I'm going to go back to a few people were like, okay, what about animations? Yes, I'm going to share some of that as well. So let's start. Let's go back to, let's say I want to do, I'm going to go over here again. We're going to go back to home. We're going to say, I want to look at a template and maybe I want some slides for some kids who are young because I want to engage them and it's going to be super fun. Let's go like grade 2. I don't know, I'm just winging it here. Let's do, okay, we're going to talk about math. Who loves math? I did not like math in school. I'm an English person. I'm a words person. I like numbers because they make sense and there's always a right answer. But it took me a while to get math. Once I got it, I was like, yes, I have it. So that was cool. So what can we do as far as animations? Let's just use this one as a cute little way to animate some things. So this is a way I can show you. Right now, we only have one page. So let's go over there to the left and look, I'm like, oh, but I wanted all of it. So you click on the left-hand side, the design button, and go, I want all 11 pages, please. Now you'll see it's dropped those in there. And didn't one of those have like some cute little, oh, I want this cute little guy. I'm going to just use this template only for the purposes. Oh, it's not free. Okay. No worries. We can come back to that. So before I got paid, I was like, that's okay. I'll just use what I have. So I wanted to see that cute little penguin. Wow, brain is not working. So on the left, I just created a blank page by clicking the add page button. I want to go to elements. I want to search for penguin because he was so cute. And maybe my kids love penguins. Maybe I want some graphics. Now I'm doing this on the fly. So what do we have that's free? Look at this cute little guy. Look at this. Okay. So we can go up to the animate button to any element that we have, and we can click animate. And we're like, well, how can it be animated? So when I come to this slide, how do I want it to show up on my slide? Maybe I want it to like tumble in. We could click that one. And we want both as I'm starting this slide and as I'm ending this slide. Let's use another one. Maybe we want numbers. So this is just using an example of numbers. Maybe I want some graphics. And we want like, these don't really look as good, but we'll just use it as an example. They're not free, so they won't work. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I'm just going to give you some ideas here. And 2. Okay, so we can even animate anything that's an element. You can click it and click up on that animate button, and I'll be like, I want all of my numbers to tumble in as well. Maybe I want them to be like this and be like, they're all going to come in like this one. So we're going to go drift. So 1, 2, and 3 are going to drift in, and my little animated penguin's going to come in. So I'm going to go back to the title page. I'm going to present full screen. And look what happens when I go left, right to the next slide. Ready? So there we go. Just some simple ones. You can do a lot more with animations, but just to show you quickly, because I know I could talk hours about everything Canva. And that was just one example. So my little guy here is tumbled in. I think I'd rather make that one a little bit longer. My 1, 2, 3 drifted in. And when I go to my next one, losing my voice now, my little characters, they tumbled off the page as well. So that was just one way to show you how to do animations. And of course, there's a lot more things you can do. Excuse me. Maybe we want, sorry, a cat down there. That was really cute. Maybe we want to put a new one here. We want some, now these obviously aren't free. Excuse me. This cute one's free. Cat paws. Let's look for something that is free. Little cat paws. These ones are not free, so I'm going to get rid of those. But just to show you, I've got a cute little cat with some little paws. We're going to click that animate button. Oh, that was cute. This one is going to be tumble. Excuse me. Once we go to that tumble, we can change the intensity here. Oh, okay, not okay. So if you're on the paid version, you can do a little bit more here. Maybe we can do this one. It's going to be stomp. Oh, I like that. So just to show you that again, to the first page, present for free, present full screen, right? So these ones will tumble in. That was the first slide I showed you. And then the second one is my cute little kitty cat and cat paws. So that's just a basic idea of how you can use. Obviously, like I said, you'll see a lot more options if you're in Canva Pro, but that gives you some ideas of what you can also do with the free. Oh, great to see you here, Mona. So if I present in Canva, can I show my face in a small circle sometime and not show myself during the same presentation? That's probably not something I can show you live because I'm on camera, but I can't also be on camera in Canva at the same time. So to be honest, I haven't tried that out. That is something that we could maybe look at doing a presentation in the future, a little bit more about that. So the question was, if you are recording yourself in Canva, can you do, up here we went in the present area and you can present and record. See, it allows you to have your photo there. But you may want to have your photo there sometimes and sometimes not. So you may need to experiment with that. I'm not sure. I don't want to mess up this presentation right now if I click next and it takes the camera off one and fights with each other. So just to let you know that you can do that. It may just be, what's the word? It may just be that you turn your camera on and off depending when you want it on and not on. But don't quote me on that. I haven't given that a try myself. So again, with the animations, Danielle, thanks for that question. Would the animations show in Google Slides too? When we downloaded that Canva design before, you would have seen that message that said they did not bring animations over. So that's why I love presenting in Canva, because everything I make in Canva, I know will stay in Canva. So just to let you know that, no, you may need to make some changes and edit your slides if you bring it over to another way of viewing. So yeah, Larissa, you can extend the tumble time, but it looks like not in the free version. So you can extend that. We go back up to the animation there. And when I went to change it, so it says there, to change things, you would need to have, when I clicked on that, it says you need to do paid version for that. So just to let you know about that. All right, let me have a quick look at my notes. Let me know questions you have. James and I will be back together on the screen soon in about 10 or so minutes. So let me check what else I wanted to show you. So brainstorming, slide deck. Oh, okay. Who wants to do transitions between slides? So not the elements themselves, I'm going to show you this one last thing. Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so to be able to do animations or transitions, sorry, is the correct word, transitions between slides, we're going to do this little up arrow. Down the bottom, it says show pages. Right now, we are just looking at one slide at a time, kind of from top to bottom, but this way we can look at them in this view. So if you wanted to do a transition between the slides themselves, you would hover your mouse on whichever slide you want to make the transition, click on the 3 dots, and okay, good, it's here on the free version, add transition. And what this does, it gives you some different options and it gives you a preview of what that would look like, of how you would like it to go to the next slide. So if you hover your mouse, it'll show you. Oh, I like that one. Let's click on that one and say, I want this one. It also gives you, looks like this one is part of the free version that you can change the duration. But this one also allows you to go left, or you may want to slide everything this way, which to me would be backwards. So we're going to leave it on that one, or you could even do up and down. So that's pretty cool. I might try that one. Okay, so let's go full screen. I'm on my home page, my title screen. I'm going to go to the next one and look at that. It's going to do that slide transition down. So just to let you know some different ways you can do that. Yes, if you just joined us and you missed the beginning, you will get a recording later on today. Look out for the email or as late as tomorrow, but you are so welcome. I'm so glad, Marlene, that you enjoyed this presentation. Let me have a look back and see if there's anything I can show you very quickly. Okay, if you want to edit images, this is a great question. Let's do plus here to, let's go, yeah, I want to make a new blank page here. Say you have some images, say we'll go back to that original one. If you've got an image that is a digital image, you can put it in a design. You can, say you're on this blank page, you click into whichever image you want to edit, and you'll see in the top left there's an edit photo button, and these are the options that you have. This is one of the reasons why I chose to upgrade to Pro a couple of years ago after using the free version for at least a year. But this one is my absolute favorite time saver. Background remover. If you're using a photo of yourself as your own profile photo, I had a photo of me with lines behind me that was so ugly, but I loved the picture of me. So I used, this is again a paid feature in the Pro version, I used background remover to delete what's behind me, but it kept the photo of me. In fact, if you look at Instagram right now, that image, profile photo of me, I also did that. I removed background and used the photo of me. So that's ways that you could make changes to an image. You can adjust them, you know, if you wanted to make the changes to the color, things like that. I'm not an expert in adjustments to photos. I'm not a Photoshop person. Canva is my world where I learned how to be creative without being scared about technology. So just to let you know that that was a question that we had in the chat there. Thank you for asking about that. Can you make available a copy of your presentations? Do you mean mine personally? We'll have to ask James about that one. This was not one that I was planning on sharing, but just to let others know, if you wanted to share a design with someone, you'd click on the share button. And if you don't see it here in your previously used links, I'm not sure if it's on the free version, click the more button. And I often make templates for my clients and share it with them. And then this would be a template link that you can create. And then you share that link with people, and then they can download yours as a template to either view or make changes to. So you are so welcome. Oh, I'm so glad. Now I did, well, I might be getting ahead of myself here. So James, let me know when you're ready to come back on camera. I'm pretty much done with what I wanted to share with people. I'm going to go back over to the chat. You are so welcome. I'm so glad you've enjoyed everything that we've looked at here today. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Let me look back here. You'll get a recording later. Look out for an email from James. Just to clarify, the email will come from James, not from me. Okay. So you don't even need to use PowerPoint. That's right, Ellie. You don't even need to use PowerPoint. If you love Canva, create in Canva. You can present in Canva. You can share in Canva. I do everything in Canva. So I love that. Excellent. You are so welcome. Okay, I think I got most of the questions. I'm having another quick scroll back to see. I'm so glad you found this helpful. Again, like I said, apologies if I went a little bit fast. I tried to slow down to make sure that you can follow as we go through. Thanks, James. Great to see you here. I'm going to stop sharing. James and I are here
Yeah.
together.
Hey, Christy, yeah. Do you want to go through the slides about the bundle as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me do that. I've got a few more things I wanted to share with everybody, and then if we have some questions there. So let me get that ready over here. Absolutely. Okay. So one more thing I wanted to share with you is, while we are chatting here, please let me know what you have enjoyed the most here.